Hello everyone and welcome to the MTG Arena official channel. I'm Eliott Dragon and today we're gonna dive deep into the Lost Cavern of Ixalan. I prepared for you a new combo deck and I'm sure you're gonna love it. Did you know that a powerhouse like Sol Ring is legal in Standard? The Jewel combo deck that I'm gonna present you will leave you with unforgettable magical experience. Whether you are a novice or a veteran, buckle up as we are gonna explore a new frontier in Standard. Ready for the adventure? Let's go! And that's the deck. Of course, the deck will feature the Enigma Jewel. I promise you a Sol Ring in Standard, and here we go. Enigma Jewel comes tap, produce 2 mana, but only to activate abilities. So we have a lot of other cards in the deck that cost ability. That way you can produce the mana of Enigma Jewel and you can pay for other cards. For example, the Enigma Jewel synergizes well with Mirror Shell Crab that you can channel. The fact that you can actually channel a card with the mana of Enigma Jewel allow you to counter spells on turn 2 with Mirror Shell Crab. You can also use it to channel the turtle, to pay for Collector Vault, to pay for Candy Trade. The other card that produces mana in the deck is Omen Hawker. The fact that you can play turn 1 Omen Hawker and you can then use the mana on turn 2 to counter is a huge boost in tempo. You're gonna play Collector Vault to produce treasure. The fact that you need card to spend the mana of Omen Hawker and Enigma Jewel. And Collector Vault do that really good. It can filter your hand and produce treasure. You have a few Song of Stupefaction that can fuel your graveyard with cards, with the mill 2 cards, and also deal with a creature. One of the key cards of the deck is Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. The first activate ability of an artifact or a planeswalker you activate each turn costs 2 less. That way you can use Collector Vault for free or you can sacrifice Candy Trade for free as well. Just be careful with the card. If you use Enigma Jewel to produce mana, for example, this is the first ability of an artifact, so you will not have the reduction with Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. That's something you have to keep in mind. Otherwise, Tezzeret is also a way to close the game with the -2, but usually you do that with the Enigma Jewel. I'm coming to that part just after. The Colossal Turtle and the Mirror Shell Crab are your prison engine. You're gonna use the channel ability in the late game and you're gonna use it to gain time and counter all the spell your opponent. How do you do that, you're gonna say? The point of the deck is to flip the Enigma Jewel into Locus of Enlightenment. It costs 8 mana to do so it's a lot of mana, but the Enigma Jewel itself produces 2 mana to do it with itself. You can craft with 4 or more non-lands non-lands permanent with activated abilities. The fact that Omen Hawker has an activated ability, that Teferi has an activated ability, and it's the same for Candy Trade, Collector Vault, and the 2 other cards. All your cards basically have activated ability. So what you want on Enigma Jewel is usually Tezzeret and other cards like Collector Vault, Candy Trade, or Omen Hawker, but mainly Tezzeret. Enigma Jewel, once activated, allow you to copy every activated ability you're gonna produce. So the main combo of it is to use the Colossal Sky Turtle with the channel ability, the green channel ability. You can discard the Colossal Turtle to bring back a card from your graveyard to your hand, and you're gonna have a copy of it. A copy of the activate ability. And with the copy, you can just bring back the turtle itself. So the copy bring back the original turtle and the turtle bring back something else. So if you have tons of mana, you can technically chain every card from your graveyard to your hand and go infinite with the Sky Turtle. Okay. Now we needed a way to produce infinite mana, or kind of infinite mana. That's where Matt Zalenti, the Grey Door, comes into play. Once the door is flipped, it adds X mana for each permanent you have in your graveyard. So the fact of fueling your graveyard with cards through Collector Vault or Song of Stupefaction is really helpful. And the land itself gonna produce tons of mana. And this is the mana you need to do the trick. The deck might be a bit complex for you, but I'm gonna show you a few games. That way you're gonna see how the deck works and you're gonna see how amazing it is. In the sideboard, real quick, you have Other Fear of Death and Song of Stupefaction. The card does basically the same thing. It's good against creature deck like mono red, mono white, very aggressive deck. Against control decks, you're gonna want cards like Shigeki. If you have a lot of mana, Shigeki can also channel for non-legendary cards, so you're gonna get a lot of card back. Portent Tracker is really cool. If your opponent lacks of removal, you can add some of them. It's a card that you can exile with Enigma Jewel, and that way when you tap your Enigma Jewel, you can untap a land twice because the ability is copied. So you can have triple activation of the core, and you can also basically activate the core and use the mana right away with the ability of the Locus of Enlightenment to untap your land. Chrome Seed Shark is for control, Slugurk is for control, so you have extra cards, but you don't need sideboard. You can also play it in best of one, and the deck is great. I'm gonna show you a few games, and I hope you enjoy. Here we go for the first match. You'll see the deck is kind of special to play. We start with Colossal Turtle, the Crab, and Collector Vault. We don't have Sol Ring in our hand. Usually it's good to keep a hand with Sol Ring, but we have Collector Vault, so we might have the time to find it. Gonna start with Candy Trail, Cray 2. Okay, another Tezzeret and a Colossal Sky Turtle. So the turtle, we don't need a lot of them. Tezzeret is fine, because I can activate Collector Vault for free if I hit my fourth mana. So I think Tezzeret is good enough to keep in that situation. So my opponent is on Dimir control, I guess. Yeah, let's go with Collector Vault. So we are trying to develop our board, have artifact on the board. 2 mana. 1919. Okay. This is something very cool with the deck. The channel ability cannot be countered actually. So you can basically use channel ability, and your opponent, if your opponent is holding counter spell, it will not work. So he's trying to activate the submarine. Right now we have different options. We can keep the crab to counter the next spell, but what I like to do is use the turtle actually, because I can use the turtle to bring that back, and if I do so, my opponent will spend mana to play it again. So I'm gonna start with activating the vault. Okay, another Teferi. We can maybe discard a crab. Okay, the Teferi passive ability only works with card on the battlefield, so you cannot use the channel ability for one. It doesn't work like this. I could also let the submarine attack, but if I let that attack, you're gonna have a counter on the the Siren, which I don't like because it's gonna be enough to kill Tezzeret. So right now we force our opponent to play it back. If he does something else, it's fine. Maybe he wanted to explore. So we can do Tezzeret. And we have one ability for free. So I think we're gonna use the Collector Vault. So we can draw first, or we can transform a card into 4/4. We could transform the Candy Trail into a 4/4. But if we do so, we're gonna have a problem dealing with the Thiren. I'm gonna do the plus. Try to find actions. Try to find the jewel. We can activate this. It's free. There is a Teferi. So we got the door. The door is making a lot of mana. We need 4 different permanent. So I have artifact and creature. An enchantment. Whoa! The Colossal Sky Turtle is also an enchantment. So I have almost everything. I need a land. Let's put a land. So right now I have the 4 permanent. So I can use this and activate it for 2 manas. But my opponent doesn't agree with that. Okay, that would be great to have the door. The door next turn is making a lot of mana with Teferi. So our opponent is trying to not let us play, basically. Okay, it's a land, that's good. Teferi will leave. He's alive. He's alive. Let's go. So we got lucky on that point because the island is a good point for us. If it would have been a +1/+1 counter on the submarine, it would have been worse for us. So we can start with Collector Vault. Get mana out of it. Draw with Tezzeret. Discard maybe. Do we want the 1/1? Could be good. I think our opponent can kill it with the Gundrop Poisoner, but it's worth forcing the play. Let's go. So we got the Jewel. We got another Tezzeret. We got lands. So we're gonna try to force our opponent to take resources to kill Tezzeret and maybe flip the Enigma Jewel. He's playing like blue and black. Blue and black doesn't have many removals. And we are 22 lives, so this is the kind of game where we actually have time. So if he spends 5 mana to... I can just spend 3 mana to kill my guy. Because he will have life with the Deep Curve Bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can craft the Jewel next turn. So we need 4 permanents. We're gonna have a Tezzeret. We're gonna have Candy Trail. One of these. So we can actually activate the Jewel next turn. So I think it's good to just let Teferi go. Let Tezzeret go. Teferi. I said Teferi. It's not the same power level, but it's fine. So our opponent choose not to kill the Omen Ochre, which is great for us. Because now we can activate the mana of these two. And we can craft it without sacrificing the treasure. And that's great. We're gonna find Deseret, Candy Trail. We need only 4. This is just an enabler. We don't need more. And maybe because it's gonna die anyway, we can take Omen Ochre. Okay, now the good part. Now the Jewel has all activated ability. So I can first draw 2 and discard 1 artifact. I can do that twice. Branded nets. Maybe we keep the nets. I can do like this. I can play a land. This is also... This makes 2 manas. So I can use these 2 manas to activate the Collector Vault. It triggered twice. I can have Braided Nets and Song of Stupefaction. I'm gonna discard the song. Play that. Or maybe play Deseret. No, we are fine. We're fine. We play the Braided Net. I didn't talk about that card during the Decktech, but the fact that you tap another target non-land permanence and its activate ability cannot be activated, it will trigger twice with the Jewel because it's an activated ability. So we can actually let my opponent like do stuff, and before the attack we can go for a double tap, like 1 here and the trigger from the Locus. So you start to understand how the deck is working, and we are still at 19, so our opponent is getting more and more locked. We just need a lot of mana. No! No way! Otawara! No! That's a one-off. That's the only way to solve it. My opponent is so lucky. So we can play... My opponent is so lucky. He might have only 1 Otawara in the deck. So we activate that for 0. We can play the Jewel back. Question is, what do we do with Deseret? Do we do a 4/4 just to protect it, or are we looking for more action? I think we can do the plus. Finding more actions. Playing Branded Nets. Next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can flip the Jewel again. We can flip the Jewel again. We have another Teferi. Can we flip the Jewel again? If an opponent would lose life during your turn, it loses twice. And he wants to copy it with the Mind Leak mech. I understand now. He's trying to kill us right now. Could do it. Okay, I'm gonna lose 4 times the lives that I'm losing. That's a lot. I think I'm dead, right? I'm gonna tap this. And I'm gonna tap this. But I'm dead. I'm dead to Otawara. Okay, we would have won that game. Otawara was a beating. Oh, no way. No way. The only card. The only card. Let's go for another tray. Okay. Okay. We are not getting defeated. You go first. This hand is really good. I have the Omen Ochre, and if it leaves, I can use either Collector Vault or the Crab turn 2. I might want to take 1 damage to have the Mirex, but it's not necessary. I can also play Mirex and Omen Ochre. So turn 2 is turn 2. I'm gonna play Collector Vault anyway, and the treasure allow me to make blue mana. So I can start with Mirex. Okay, what kind of deck? Seems to be a control deck, which is great for us. I'm not gonna attack. The point is, you don't need to kill your opponent before you actually lock him out. So the Foundry is making mana for artifacts. This is a very defensive card. So right now we are in a great position. I think I'm gonna just keep the crabs to counter the spell my opponent could play. I can play Tezzeret right now, or I can wait 1 turn to play it with counter spell backup. The fact that Mirror Crab can also counter anything, I'm gonna counter that. Too strong. Too strong, too fast. Too strong, too fast. This is making huge golems, and it's like Urza making big artifacts, and the land is also producing big artifacts. So I don't know why my opponent is waiting. I'm gonna activate the vault again. Let's go. Certainly discarding a land. This is better than any land in my deck. Gonna play Tezzeret, and I already crack a treasure, so I cannot really activate the vault. But what I can do is crack another treasure with that. And draw cards. I'm gonna discard these 2. And on the turn my opponent, I can activate the Collector Vault. Mixstone Mindstone. Okay, I can activate that for free. And I can choose to counter that. Do I want to counter a Mixstone Mindstone? I don't think so. Then my opponent will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I'm fine. You will certainly draw 2 cards instead of killing my dudes. Right now, it's time. Okay, I can activate the Collector Vault, or I can also flip the door. I can flip the doors this turn. And I can flip it for 2 mana, which is great. So I'm gonna activate... Flip the door for 2 with the reduction cost of Teferi. Maybe... play a Jewel. Maybe draw with that. Card Branded Nets. Play a land. Pass the turn. And right now we are in the spot. So I'm gonna have 7 mana right now with this. I'm gonna have the Enigma Jewel active. And I'm gonna have Teferi and Omen Ochre. So right now I'm in the spot. No way! No way! Actually, I don't want that to happen. And this is the power of the crab! I can counter activated abilities with the ability. So my land is alive, guys. My land is alive. So what next? Okay, he's killing one of the guy, but it's too late. Okay. Okay. So right now we have a lot of mana. How do we use this mana is very important. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But we're gonna have less if we use the ability of the jewel. We're gonna have less mana. So the point is we can just crack this and take the mana. And actually I'm gonna sacrifice, I'm gonna exile the Tezzeret. I can exile Branded Nets, Omen Ochre, and Candy Trail. I will activate Collector Vault twice. Trying to make more treasures. And now, because I have a Teferi, Tezzeret, I can also activate Tezzeret twice. So let's do that. Okay. That's pretty unlucky. I can produce mana or sacrifice Candy Trade for life, which is not the best. So I'm just gonna pass the turn. So I needed to draw something else than land, like any artifact, any drawing spell artifact. What is going on with Otawaras? What is going on? This is a one-off in every deck. Come on. This might not be the only card that can deal with it in a white deck, but definitely I needed a crab to counter that. And it's definitely annoying. Because right now I have tons of mana with that. I have 13 mana with my lands. But I have nothing to do with it, so I can use the door in order to draw this card. The core is a legendary land. You don't need 2 of that. Right now, I just need a turtle, or I need some action. Let's play another Tezzeret. Let's try to draw cards. Discard Candy Trail. And I think I'm gonna play it. Even if it's not good right now because I can just loot the cards that I'm drawing. I'm fueling my graveyard for the core. And next turn, I can have double abilities. Okay, we are getting closer to the blue prism right now. We have Tezzeret on board. We have Jewel. Now we just need... Oh, it's free. It's free. Otawara. As the Jewel also work with Boseiju and Otawara. My opponent killing stuff. But I'm still at 20 life. Life's great. What is next? Okay. So, as we said, first of all, we're gonna flip this. Okay. I could actually have activated the Teferi first, but not a big deal. So we want 3 and the Tef. Okay, I could have activated the Tezzeret because my point was to exile Tezzeret anyway. Okay. Now we can use the ability. It copies itself. What does it do? It tries to tap it. In response, I'm gonna just add 2 manas. Draw 2, discard the door. Draw 2, discard Candy Trail. Play Collector Vault. Activate. So right now we just need a turtle. If we have a turtle, we are good. We can just produce mana with Collector Vault, trying to find the turtle. If we are playing the turtle, weird. Give it to me! Give me my turtle! Are we playing it? Apparently no. Okay. So we have a lot of mana. So what we can do is trying to counter abilities and stuff. But the point is, Chimil says spell your opponent control can be countered. So I hope my opponent has no way to actually kill my Jewel again. Please. I'm good. I'm at 20 life. Life's great. I can use the braided nets end of turn to tap the braided nets. So my opponent is using this. So you're gonna draw a lot of cards. But I don't think I care. I could use the crab to counter this actually. I can use the crab to counter its abilities. So if he's using this to draw like 5 cards, I can just say no. Yeah, just say no. And with the Lotus, I have a double crab. So I can counter the ability twice. So you need to pay 6 mana to actually play with, to actually draw the card. Opponent passing the turn. The Chimil will activate, and normally we are in a great spot right now. Alright. So I can activate the door just to loot my hand, and if I find a turtle, I'm gonna win. I have like 12 cards in my library. Okay. Okay, my land is producing 28 mana. 28. So I have 2 Tezzerets. Okay, let's go with the first Tezzeret. I'm gonna try to find the turtle. And I can actually bring back the Chimil into his hand if I find the turtle. Okay, let's go. So, discard these 2. Yeah, we have it. Discard these 2. Okay, right now I'm gonna use we could technically do nothing and wait his turn. Just to show him the power. Okay. Okay, he's activating this again. So the point is to take a lot of green mana. Channel the turtle. We can channel the turtle into Otawara. And with the copy, we get back the turtle itself. That's the combo. And we can do that with all of our mana. So we can get back a crab. And we are now able to counter every card our opponent is playing with the crab. But we needed Otawara to bring back the Chimil. And right now he understood. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use Otawara, copy the ability with the Jewel, bring back Chimil, bring back this, bring back all the permanent of my opponent, and then we can use the crab to counter every spell. And to finish the game, even if I have 6 cards in my library, I can finish the game with Tezzeret with the -4. And the -4 is also copied, so I transform my treasure into 4/4 and I can just attack. Okay, one last game for you guys. I'm starting with the Jewel in my hand, which is a very, very good hand. We are gonna try to smother our opponent into the blue prison. So Jewel is better than Omen Ochre because there are less way to interact with this than to interact with Omen Ochre. Even if right now we have nothing to do with it. Next turn we can play the door and start getting action with it. Let's go. So I don't need another Jewel. I can attack. Opponent is playing like Sultai Control. Sultai Fight Ringing. Whoa, scary. What do we have against Fight Ringing? Not much. So right now I cannot flip the door. I can play Vault Collector. Maybe to try to find... I can use the door first. Yeah. We have a Colossal Sky Turtle with the ability of returning a creature to its hand. So it's very good. I can use the mana of Omen Ochre for my Sky Turtle. So it's good to use Tezzeret right now, just to filter my hand. I can discard this. So the point is like, I'm trying to flip the door, like to pass the great door. And my opponent will be targeting this. I bring it back to its end. I untap. And right now, I have enough mana to flip the door. So I'm gonna do it. And then I don't have enough mana to flip the Enigma Jewel. But I don't need to. I found another turtle and a Candy Trail. I can play Candy Trail and sack it with the Jewel. Find another card. This I don't need. Let's go. So, and because the Jewel is producing mana, I'm doing a lot of stuff right now. I can use that to... No, I cannot use that. If I'm using this, I cannot play the Sky Turtle and I'm gonna be dead. I don't want to know what's under this Fight Ringing. If my opponent managed to have a 7 power creature on the board, I might be in a bad situation. I can also activate the emblem of Tezzeret, which is actually very good. So let's do that. Activating Tezzeret. Making 8 mana? Only 8 mana? Not the best. 1, 2, 3. That's 9. So right now I can exile this. Exile Tezzeret. Exile Collector Vault. Maybe just one of them. It's good to exile them to have more mana on the core. So I can do so many things. I can do so many things. I can pay 2. I have 6. I can pay 2 and use the collector vault twice. And I'm drawing every time an artifact become tap, I'm drawing cards. So it's a good value engine right now with the emblem. I just have to be careful. I can draw 2, discard 2 twice. I can use Boseiju twice also. So I found a way to solve the situation of fight ringing. And I have 11 mana. So let's go for this. Collector Vault. Draw cards. And that's it. We have control of the game. Complete control of the game. Just have to be careful not to die. So what I will do is actually activate the Locust twice and make 4/4 after that. I'm drawing cards. Countering this. Twice. Why not? Why not? When it's when everything double, it's better. I can also, like, right now I can show him the power of Boseiju. So I can actually Boseiju, copy Boseiju and destroy all the basic lands. I can destroy all the land my opponent. There are a lot of lines with the deck, but because you have double triggers, you can also do that. It often lets your opponent a bit salty, but you can. I mean, that's the game, right? So right now I'm just gonna get a crab back. Use the turtle to get a turtle back. I'm gonna get Tezzeret back and use the copy to get turtle back. That's the deck, you know. Play Tezzeret. Maybe 27 cards. Draw with Collector Vault. Just to make more treasure and more mana. Can use Tezzeret on the treasure to make them 4/4. And then can use the turtle to get a turtle. So you can have 2 crab, 2 turtles, and you can basically counter every card your opponent is playing. Except if it can't be countered, you cannot counter it. But the fact that you can, as long as you have mana on the board, you can get any card of your graveyard. So you can get double Boseiju. If you have Otawara, you can get Otawara twice. And I didn't even activate the Planeswalker ability of the Locus of Enlightenment. So this is the deck. I show you everything. Nothing more to be shown with the deck. You know, this is it. This is it. And often your opponent, if your opponent understands the situation, you're gonna have him concede, which is the best thing you can have as a control or combo player. I hope you enjoy this deck as much as I do, and I hope to bring joy to combo players that are lacking decks in standard. As you can see, you can play the deck in best of 1 or in best of 3, and as an example, I gave you a few cards for sideboard to adapt against different matchups. Aggro matchups, you want more removals, and control matchups, you might want some cards like Chrome Host Seed Shark. I had a lot of fun building the deck and trying to crack the code of the Enigma Jewel. I'm sure we can do even better. If you have any ideas, feel free to post them in the comment below. And for alchemy players, maybe if I tell you that the One Ring works with Jewel, you might want to try something. You can find the decklist in the description below, and also you can find my Twitch, YouTube channels and my socials. If you want to come say hello and share good vibes on my stream, you're always welcome. And it's also a place where you can find new decks and innovative deck lists. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for other spicy deck lists on the MTG Arena channel.